If you think the Nifty 50 only moves a little each day, think again. Today, one stock jumped over 10% with volumes signaling something unusual beneath the surface. Welcome back to our channel, where we decode the day's most surprising Nifty moves and spotlight the key numbers every investor should track. If quick, fact-based updates help you stay informed, consider liking and subscribing. Let us get right to the biggest shifts in the market. One stock jumped 10% today, rising sharply from 354 to 390. Here are the exact numbers straight from NSE in the next 6 minutes. You'll see which stocks moved, why, and the key Nifty levels for tomorrow. Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles opened at 363, hit an intraday high of 398, and closed at 390.3, a 10.15% surge that practically dared everyone to ignore it. Volume was 2.5 times the 20-day average. That's not retail enthusiasm. That's the kind of volume spike that usually has institutional fingerprints all over it. Funds probably skipped lunch and kept hitting the buy button. RSI jumped to 68.2, warm enough to make the overbought zone visible, so sharp-eyed traders will start watching for profit-booking signals. The curious part, even with this rocket move, the 9-day EMA at 369 is still below the 20-day EMA at 375. The short-term trend hasn't technically turned bullish. This was a violent countertrend spike. The key level to watch tomorrow is 433 resistance. If the stock holds above 374 support and starts eating into that 433 zone, it becomes significant. But if the opening minute dumps it back below 374, today's firework was just noise. As always, this is market observation. Verify with your advisor before any decision. But the biggest surprise today is still ahead here. Shriram Finance opened at 908, cruised to a high of 959.1, and settled at 954.95, a clean 7.75% gain without a single headline to justify it. Volume was 1.83 times average, elevated but not frantic, so the move didn't scream panic buying. RSI at 62.3 is in that comfortable middle ground, not hot, not cold, more like financial porridge that traders keep an eye on but don't lose sleep over. The moving averages are still bearish. The 9-day EMA is at 919, beneath the 20-day EMA at 928, so today's rally hasn't yet broken the pattern of lower highs. The level that matters tomorrow is 968 resistance, with 947 as immediate support. The stock hugged 947 like it owed rent, and if it breaks below there, the bounce loses credibility fast. Honestly, Shriram Finance looked at Tata Motors 10% and decided 7% was an adequate response, polite, but not showy. So now let us turn to Bharat Petroleum, which added a neat 5.5% with barely a drama. Bharat Petroleum opened at 293.1, ticked a high of 303.8, and closed at 302.35, up 5.59%. Volume was 1.26 times the 20-day average, so no institutional fire drill, just a steady grind higher. RSI at 62.2 mirrors Shriram Finance neutral territory, plenty of room before overbought worries. The short-term EM, a setup, remains bearish with the 9-day at 293 below the 20-day at 295. Today's close above both is encouraging, but the alignment hasn't crossed over yet. The immediate test is resistance at 308, that's the ceiling that turned the stock back during previous pops, and a close above it would signal buyers are getting serious. Support at 302, essentially where it closed, is the day's fragile floor. If the stock slips back below 302 in early trade, the 5% gain could evaporate like a government promise. Keep in mind, this is educational analysis, not a recommendation. Always do your own research before acting. Now let us tie it all together. The day's theme was sharp countertrend rallies inside a bearish short-term structure. Stocks surged, but moving averages haven't flipped, so this is a bounce until proven otherwise. Tomorrow, watch Nifty's reaction at 23,782 resistance and whether Tata Motors can hold 374 without a heavy gap down. That will tell you if today's institutional conviction has legs or was just a one-session show. If you got value, hit like, drop your watchlist stock in the comments, and subscribe for next week's breakdown. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. Please consult a SEBI-registered financial advisor before making any investment decisions.